It's time for Around the Ozarks in 5. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Good morning once again. Here we are on Tuesday, and we got some news to talk about, so let's start there.
Springfield is moving toward making clear rules for marijuana use in the city. The city council is considering some new regulations that will lay out the legalities of recreational pot. After Missouri voters, of course, made that legal in November, the city council does have the ability to make rules about where it can be consumed publicly, what happens if you take it on school property, and much more. Well, after 110 years in operation, Springfield's downtown YMCA is soon to be closing up shop for good. At the end of this month, March 31st, is the last day in operation. That building, which was built in 1913 and is a super cool space, is up for sale. So that leaves one remaining Y in Springfield, South Springfield on Republic Road, right by Glenstone. Kind of sad to see it go. It's a neat space.
Yeah, it's a cool looking building on the outside. I think inside isn't as functional as they probably would like for it to be, and what people expect these days in a gym that they go to. And I think parking probably is also an issue in the downtown area. Is that right?
Yeah, I've worked out there a few times. It's actually never been my regular place, but I've definitely probably worked out there maybe 10 times in my life. Yeah, I mean, they do have some designated parking, but I think you're right. Gyms these days, some of them are super fancy, and that one is not, because just because of the age of it. So, I mean, they've done a good job taking care of it, but it's not, it's hard to compete. So anyway, yeah. Kind of sad to see it go, though, honestly.
Yeah. Then there's this Clear Creek Golf Car, which is based in Ozark, just bought a similar company in Oklahoma. It now owns Justice Golf Car, based in Oklahoma City. Clear Creek sells Club Car brand of golf carts and utility vehicles. The company now employs more than 100 people at 8 locations in Missouri, Arkansas, Kansas, and Oklahoma. The Springfield School District will spend more than $2 million to revamp the former Fairview building, which is located near Hillcrest High School on Grant Avenue. Plans are to completely renovate the World War II era building, another old one, so it can become home to the Academy of Exploration Magnet School, which serves 5th graders in Springfield.
Academy of Exploration sounds pretty cool, so that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of education, Southwest Baptist University in Bolivar is going online. They are planning to launch an online-only program that will be fully accredited this fall. They will offer an all-online degree program to students in business administration and health sciences. Both programs will offer associate and bachelor's degrees, as well as a Master of Business Administration degree. I guess it's that time, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, that probably doesn't. It's probably fairly easy to do. I don't know what it takes to be accredited in the online business, but I think that's to be expected for any school these days. You have to be available online.
Yeah. I only took one online class ever, and it actually seemed way harder than the in-person, possibly because I'm not a sit at a desk type of girl. So I found myself distracted and just harder to follow the material. But anywho, it is necessary for sure, especially for people who are non-traditional students. We're doing their schoolwork at odd hours.
Yeah.
All right. A bill in the Missouri legislature would target people who continue to drive on an expired or a fake temporary tag. The bill would require dealerships to collect sales tax at the time of a vehicle's purchase. Right now, as you know, the sales tax is due when people register their car for the first time after buying it.
Yeah, which then allows for them to not have the money and to drive around on a temporary tag for longer than they should. I think a lot of other states do this, where it's basically your taxes are rolled into your car purchase. So it's part of your car payment every month. Because that was a shock when I got to Missouri, coming from Illinois, is that you had to pay this lump sum after you bought the car. You thought, wait a minute, I thought I just did that. but then they want the cash right there. And you're like, wow. So I was surprised by that whenever I first had to go through it years ago.
Yeah. Speaking of, I got to get mine renewed. I got the reminder in the mail. I have been warned.
Okay. Where are we? Let's see. It is not yet spring, and this week will not feel much like spring except for the rain. That's going to be cooler, but we've got some summertime news to tell you about. Registration is now open for the Explore Summer School program for Springfield Public Schools. It's available for grades kindergarten through 8 and is available for either in-person or for virtual learning. Speaking of learning at home or whatever, which I don't think many parents are for that anymore after having to do it for so long during COVID. But sessions run in June and July. Now we get to weather, and boy, today is going to be the start of a rainy week. Showers will start this afternoon, mostly this evening, could be heavy at times. And then tomorrow morning, rain, 48 for the high. Showers on Thursday. Friday will be not too bad, 52. Still not as warm as we had been. Then Saturday, maybe some more rain. Sunday, some rain. Yeah, so you see the pattern. It's kind of a wet, soggy pattern for the Ozarks, and not nearly as warm as we have been. What was yesterday? 70 or so?
Oh man, when I went and rode my bicycle, it was 73.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yes. Oh, yes, it was. And by the way, as I was out and about, I saw no less than 15 other bikers also out and about. We all gave each other the wave. You know how you have the Jeep wave? I have the bike rider wave. We all waved. Okay. We smiled. It was a good day in the Ozarks, you know?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Sounds great.
All right. A new female cougar cub has arrived at the Dickerson Park Zoo. Drax, Drax. That's her name. She was found orphaned by the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife and now is being cared for by our zoo's vet team. The 4-month-old is not on exhibit, but you can follow her journey if you want on the zoo's social media pages. As she acclimates and she gets a bit stronger, she will then be introduced to the adult female cougar, Callie.
Okay. Hope that goes well.
Yeah. I don't know if they eat their young or not, but sometimes that's a thing. So watch out, Drax. All right. Snagging season. Ethan wrote this story. I'm not sure if that's what it's called, but that's what he called it, is almost here. And that is paddlefish season, which runs from March 15th through March 30th at Table Rock Lake, Lake of the Ozarks, and Harry S. Truman Reservoir. It is your opportunity to catch prehistoric fish known for producing American caviar, and you must have a fishing permit.
I've heard of that. I've never actually had the caviar from paddlefish.
It sounds horrible. I don't know. But
it does sound terrible, but it apparently is very, very good.
You can be the judge of that. I'll just take your word for it. Let me know.
Okay. I'd be willing to give it a try if somebody had some in a situation that I could trust. A favorite among many in Springfield is making a comeback. This is a big deal for a lot of folks. University Plaza Hotel and Convention Center is bringing back Cashew Chicken Wednesdays as well as their soup and salad bar. Huh? Some people just like, wait a minute, what? I've been waiting for this. It's been on hiatus now for 3 years because of coronavirus. But now you can get cashew chicken and fried rice and the soup and salad bar available on Wednesdays at the University Plaza. The restaurant started offering the special lunch on Wednesdays nearly 40 years ago. So the fact that it was gone for 3 years, I had lunch yesterday with a group from a bank where I'll be speaking, and we just had a lunch to talk about it, and they were so excited about this. The lady said that she had called almost every day and said, when are you bringing it back? Colleen. So now they know her name, and they just answer the phone. They recognize the number. Not yet, Colleen, but now they apparently recently had some very, very good news to share with Colleen about the cashew chicken back.
Which is where you got the story, right?
It must no. I confirmed it through Colleen, but It must be very good. I've never had cashew chicken at University Plaza. It started way before we ever got here, but it had been going on while we were here, and we were apparently unaware of it.
It
So
started
now,
before I was born, in
yeah,
fact.
yeah.
Um,
Not quite, sister.
when I
Not
was
quite.
born, it started in 1982. I'm not very great at math.
Okay.
I was born in 82 and it started about 40 years ago, and I'm 40, right? So
Yes.
there you
Nearly
go.
40 years ago. So less
So
than
yeah,
40 years ago.
I also did not know it was a thing. So I'm excited to try it because we will. Because we got married, or we didn't get married there, but we had our reception there. So I do have a place in my heart for University Plaza.
We did in they combined 2 rooms. They combined the Illinois and Oklahoma room for our reception, and I am from Illinois and Sarah's from Oklahoma, so that worked
So
out.
it was very appropriate, very
Yeah.
fitting.
All right. Also back after 3 years is Springfield St. Patrick's Day Parade. The parade will be this Saturday, 2:00, starting on Commercial Street and heading to downtown Springfield. The Downtown Springfield Association is actually taking over operations of the parade. And then St. Patrick's Day is coming up the Friday following. So that'll be March 17th. But the parade is this coming Saturday. The parade will be ahead of St. Patrick's Day. So wear your green.
All right. Yes, on the 11th. Also, this Saturday on the 11th, a special program at Juanita K. Hammonds Hall. It is the opening for the season's first Pops concert. You will hear scores from the greatest love stories from the silver screen with Hollywood's romantic and passionate music alike. And I didn't write that. They wrote that on their website. And so I just went with it because I cannot talk intelligently about any of that. So I just stole their verbiage. There you go. You can find details and tickets at springfieldmosymphony.org.
I like those Pops concerts. I like it when they play, the symphony does popular music or well-known music. I think that's fun. And movie music is always fun.
Now would be a great time to let the good folks at the Ozarks know that you once played with the Boston Pops. Nobody cares, but you do. So go ahead and let them know, babe. Let them know how cool you are.
Every Christmas Eve, I share it, so they already know. I
Oh,
didn't
man.
play with the Boston Pops. I performed with the Boston Pops.
That you're right. That's the appropriate way to say it. He read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" as they played, and it was pretty amazing because he's got some good baritone in his voice. You know, that in fact is why he's the better parent. It's the
I got
baritone.
quite an ovation.
I
The
believe that.
Pops as well, but really me.
Okay. All right. Happy Tuesday. Don't forget to download our Around the Ozarks app on the App Store or Google Play. Check it out. You can find it there. Thanks for listening. It's fun. Share it with your friends. I've met a lot of people in recent days who've been listening, and Ethan will typically make you laugh at some point. So I feel like it's a good time to tune in on your drive to work or sitting at your desk and you just need a comedic relief. So
That's a lot to live up to. I'd rather you not do that.
sorry. Well, usually you say something funny. It just happens.
Yeah,
So
not today. Not today.
Yep.
All
Not
right.
today
Thanks for
either.
watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.